Today's families have many choices for educating their students. Therefore, how do we reimagine traditional public education to become the parents' first choice for educating their students? Well, first, it starts with changing the 100-year-old factory model of education. You see, student success is a top priority for school districts. However, there are several obstacles that districts must overcome to ensure optimal educational outcomes for their students. I believe education is at a watershed moment in time. It is time to reimagine the student experience. Education aims to equip students with 22nd century skills to compete in a global economy. Therefore, we need to address issues that limit opportunities for some students. Today, I will highlight some key obstacles school districts face in our quest for student success. Now, by addressing these obstacles head on, districts can pave the way for success and create a conducive student growth and learning environment. So I know you're wondering, what are some of those obstacles limiting opportunities for some students that need to be addressed? Well, I will discuss 5 critical obstacles, beginning with internet connectivity and technological access. You see, in rural school districts, the lack of universal internet connections poses a significant obstacle to student achievement, hindering access to online resources and digital learning opportunities. Limited access to reliable internet and technology affects students' ability to engage in remote learning and access educational materials, exacerbating the achievement gap. So what can be done? Well, here are 5 areas to look at. First is infrastructure development. Invest in expanding and improving broadband infrastructure in rural areas to ensure reliable and high-speed internet connectivity. Collaborate with internet service providers, government agencies, and educational institutions to bridge the digital divide and provide equal access to online resources. Technology accessibility. Provide students with necessary devices, such as laptops or tablets, and ensure access to appropriate software and applications for remote learning. Explore partnerships with technology companies or seek funding opportunities to support the provision of devices to students in need. Next is community engagement. Engage with local communities, parents, stakeholders. Why? To raise awareness about the importance of internet access for student success. Collaborate with community organizations, libraries, and local businesses to establish Wi-Fi hotspots and extend internet access beyond school premises. Digital literacy. Digital literacy programs can dramatically affect a student's learning. When we implement comprehensive digital literacy programs, they will equip students, teachers, and parents with the necessary skills to navigate the online learning environment effectively. So we have to offer training sessions and resources to enhance digital literacy and promote responsible internet usage. Collaboration and partnerships. Collaborate with educational organizations, nonprofits, and government agencies to leverage resources, share best practices, and develop innovative solutions to address internet connectivity challenges in rural areas. Seek funding opportunities and grants to support initiatives focused on expanding access to reliable internet. Now, although progress is being made in many of these areas, honestly, we still have a long way to go for every student to have the same opportunity and access. The second obstacle to student success is learning loss and recovery. The COVID-19 pandemic has resulted in significant learning loss for students across districts. As a result, schools are grappling with the challenges of addressing the academic gaps caused by disruptions in traditional classroom instruction. So schools must develop effective strategies and allocate resources to support student recovery and bridge the learning gaps that have emerged during the pandemic. Districts can implement comprehensive academic recovery programs, including targeted interventions, additional instructional time, and individualized support to help students catch up on missed learning. The best possible solution for addressing the significant learning loss caused by the COVID-19 pandemic involves implementing several key strategies. So schools should prioritize targeted interventions such as tutoring programs, extended learning opportunities, and academic support services to provide personalized assistance to struggling students. Additionally, adopting a blended learning approach that combines in-person and remote instruction can help mitigate disruptions and ensure continuous access to education. Schools should also invest in technology and internet connectivity to facilitate remote learning and enhance digital literacy skills. Collaborative efforts between schools, parents, and communities are crucial to providing holistic student support and fostering a conducive learning environment. Staffing shortages and teacher retention is the third obstacle to student success that districts must address. Here's why. Urban school districts often face staffing shortages, including teachers, nurses, mental health professionals, and bus drivers, which negatively impact the overall quality of education and student achievement. Teacher retention remains a challenge, with many districts struggling to attract and retain highly qualified educators, particularly in high needs areas or schools. So, what can be done about staffing shortages and teacher retention? Well, let's look at the following actions. Incentives and recruitment programs is the first action. Offer attractive incentives, such as competitive salaries, signing bonuses, and housing assistance to attract highly qualified teachers, nurses, mental health professionals, and bus drivers. Additionally, establish targeted recruitment programs seeking professionals willing to work in urban districts. Next is professional learning and support. Provide ongoing professional learning opportunities to enhance the skills and effectiveness of existing staff members, ensuring they feel supported and empowered in their roles. Mentorship programs and collaboration platforms can foster community and professional growth. Next is partnership and collaboration. To create pipelines for aspiring educators and professionals, and foster partnerships with local colleges, universities, and community organizations. Collaborate with these institutions to offer internships, scholarships, and mentoring programs, nurturing a diverse pool of talent interested in serving urban communities. Retention strategies is our next area. Implement comprehensive retention strategies, including mentoring programs, opportunities for career advancement, and a supportive work environment. Prioritize staff members' well-being and job satisfaction to encourage long-term commitment to urban schools. Followed by community engagement. Engage the community in supporting urban schools by establishing volunteer programs involving parents and community members in decision-making processes and creating a strong sense of shared responsibility for student success. Again, progress is being made in these areas. However, K-12 schools are finding it increasingly harder to retain teachers. According to a 2022 survey by McKinsey & Company, it is common for teachers to leave the profession, with 38% of those surveyed ages 25 to 34 saying they plan to leave. Now, let's discuss the fourth obstacle and the elephant in the room: equity and inclusivity. Achieving equity in education is an ongoing challenge in many school districts. Disparities in resources, funding, and educational opportunities can hinder student achievement, particularly among historically marginalized groups. Creating inclusive school environments that address the diverse needs of students, including those from different cultural, linguistic, and socioeconomic backgrounds, well, it is crucial for promoting student achievement. School districts should adopt inclusive practices that promote diversity and cultural responses, and provide targeted support for historically marginalized students, ensuring equal access to quality education and opportunities for success. You see, the best possible solution for achieving equity in education in school districts involves creating inclusive school environments that prioritize the diverse needs of all students, especially those from historically marginalized groups. Now, this can be accomplished by implementing policies and practices promoting all students' opportunities and access. In addition, schools should ensure equitable allocation of resources and funding, providing equal access to quality education and support services for all students. Additionally, offering culturally responsive and inclusive curricula, as well as instructional practices, can help bridge the achievement gap. Finally, collaborating with community organizations and engaging parents and caregivers in education can foster an equitable learning environment. The fifth and last obstacle I want to address is adequate support and resources. School districts face obstacles related to inadequate funding and resources, limiting their ability to provide critical support systems such as specialized programs, extracurricular activities, and student interventions. Districts must advocate for sufficient funding, engaging community partnerships, and exploring grant opportunities to secure the resources needed to support student achievement. Now, one possible solution for school districts facing obstacles related to inadequate funding and resources is a multifaceted approach. So firstly, districts should advocate for sufficient funding from government entities and work towards equitable distribution of resources among schools. This can involve engaging with local and state policymakers, highlighting the impact of insufficient funding on student success, and advocating for policy changes that prioritize educational resources. Secondly, districts can establish and nurture community partnerships to access additional resources, including donations, volunteer support, and business partnerships. Collaborating with community organizations, it can help bridge resource gaps and provide specialized programs, extracurricular activities, and interventions. Lastly, districts should actively seek grant opportunities and apply for funding to supplement their resources. This proactive approach can help enhance support systems and ensure students can access the resources required for their educational success. So, addressing school district obstacles is vital for promoting student achievement and creating an equitable and inclusive educational system. Although we have discussed 5, there are many, many more obstacles school districts must overcome for student success. Prioritizing internet connectivity and technological access, addressing learning loss, addressing staffing shortages, promoting equity and inclusivity, and providing adequate support and resources. Districts can overcome the 5 obstacles discussed and foster an environment conducive to student success. Siv Navdar said, "Education is and will be the most powerful tool for individual and social change. We must do all that it takes to facilitate it." Thank you, Shiv. Through collaborative efforts, innovative solutions, and a commitment to the well-being of every student, school districts can pave the way for improved student success and a brighter future for all.